y'all. up in my phone, yeah, you know. I'ma hit you on a late start, we don't gotta waste no. That whole city's creeping, this could be a secret, yeah. Yeah, girl, I like to keep things simple. Come through when you find what you went for. I remember you, girl, you my nympho. Don't tell me that changed, they be screaming my name really all night, baby. It's never too late for an all night, baby. We can set a fire for tomorrow, baby. Bring it right now, oh, I need it right now, yeah. Get you on your back, I know you love to. Even for the night, oh girl, I want you. Hundreds in my phone, my girl, I called you. Girl, I know it's late, but okay, you know how I go, and I'm always on my own. You running through my mind, and the weather's getting cold. My homies getting cough, and I'm stuck here all alone. And I'm scrolling through the gram, and you pop up in my phone, yeah, you know. I'ma hit you on a late start, we don't gotta waste no. That whole city's creeping, this could be a secret, yeah.
You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change. Keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. Why stay the same? You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now we high, high, high. Kaleidoscope of colors beaming from our eyes. Would've thought was LSD, LSD. Can't lose my mind like Kennedy, Kennedy. You see us cooking recipes, recipes. You hit the top, all you left with is the memories. Yeah, 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 yeah. Had some faith, then who gon' hurt this? I naughty night, you lullaby. I'm doing me, it's do or die. You must be blinded by the lights. We came to shine here. Watch it look daytime in the night. We bring the vibes here. We full of life, you keep the change. Keep the change. They hate and say we went and changed. Why stay the same? You must be blinded by the lights. You must be blinded by the lights, lights.
box loud, hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound. Hitting that stuff till you hearing that sound.
the forest, through the trees, forgot what I was chasing. Spent so many nights living out at sea that my heart is gone vacant. And everybody who was close to me all stayed on dry land. So now I'm driving back on Interstate West, I just gotta feel something. Not gonna wait till the morning, because something's gonna change my mind. I don't wanna change my mind. Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power, enemies to friends, and your minutes into hours. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life, for the good life. Send my best friend an apologetic text, he says to come over. Well, the whole damn town has been waiting for the day when you would come back here. There was dancing and talking and steaks on the grill, and I think that I will be alright. And my ex from high school still looks just the same as she did back in 2009. Not gonna wait till the morning, let's never put the night on ice. Never put the night on ice. Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power, enemies to friends, and your minutes into hours. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life, for the good life. And they all said I was crazy for leaving my money, but it never made me happy or loud. Life is just too short to never do what you want to. What do you want to do? Oh, I wanna stay right here, chilling with my friends for another year. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life. Oh, come on, turn your hate into poetry, pain into power, enemies to friends, and your minutes into hours. I would walk away from the spotlight for the good life, for the good life.
Girl, me want see you wind up on me. One body not the party for me. Girl, me love it when you wind up on me. See your waistline off my mouth, me baby. Girl, let me see you thick and little, go on, but me see you. Believe you drive me crazy. Every other girl them beneath you, the wine they need you. Take the dance floor, me girl. Girl, let me see you wind up your waistline. Turn to the moving to the baseline. Let me see you wind up your waistline. The party you full up like a daytime. Girl, let me see you wind your waist. Come back to me now, girl. Let me see you wind your waist. Come back to me now. Cups up. Me I tell you, say the party hot. Girl, I create damage like bombs on your rock. Pretty cute face like moms on your daughter. Take your dance floor badness back of that. Show me everything where you got. Bend over then you arch up your back. A girl like you, me no want like that. No sir, yeah. You ball a girl and I know behavior. Pretty face bad bitch icebreaker. She make me stand at things like me mayor. Woulda trade anything just be there. Bad girl. Me like your style, me like your vibes. You a bad girl, me see you wind up your waistline. Turn to the moving to the baseline. Me see you wind up your waistline. The party you full up like a daytime. Girl, me see you wind your waist. Come back to me now, girl. Me see you wind your waist. Come back to me now, girl. Me want see you wind up on me. One body not the party for me. Girl, me love it when you wind up on me. See your waistline off my mouth, me baby. Girl, let me see you thick and little, go on, but me see you. Believe you drive me crazy. Every other girl them beneath you, the wine they need you. Take the dance floor, me girl. Girl, me see you wind up your waistline. Turn to the moving to the baseline. Me see you wind up your waistline. The party you full up like a daytime. Girl, me see you wind your waist. Come back to me now, girl. Me see you wind your waist. Come back to me now.
life like it's a runway. I'ma live life in style and paint this life like a masterpiece. There's no bringing us down, and we don't know what tomorrow holds, so we gon' live right now. All we know when we pull up, God, I'm saying this. Oh wow, oh wow, oh, feeling alive, I can't stop right now. Right now, you can't hold me down. See my life and they say, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. God, I'm saying, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. See my life and they say, oh wow. I tell them this my life, I live it one way. Yeah, this my moment right now. Going a mile a minute, can't slow me down. Boy, I'm far from finished, they say, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. God, I'm saying, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. See my life and they say, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. God, I'm saying, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow, oh wow. See my life and they say, oh wow. That we made it far, we know we're on our way. We're aiming for the stars. Yeah, I'm on the way right now. Nothing you say could ever bring me down. Yeah, I'm on the way right now. Nothing you say could ever bring me down. Yeah, look, I'm living my life like a runway. You know I always